If you are a crypto trader and you are looking to make money online, you should be able to understand what fundamental analysis are. And without them, you are just gambling with your money. And that's why I'm here to teach you how you can be able to predict the fundamental news and how they affect the crypto market. In the previous video, I talked about how you'll be able to become a successful trader in 1 hour. And that was a course that I made for you guys. And you watch it. And inside that video, I talked about an application called investment.com platform, and over there are news over there every single day, and most of them are coming from the US, Canada and Australia and many other countries which we'll be talking about over here. And anytime this news come, they actually affect the US dollars. And you know, we are trading the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is being traded against the US dollar. So anytime there is news that favors the US dollar, you should probably know that it will actually be negative for the Bitcoin. So if it is good for the Bitcoin, then it must be bad for the US dollar. So with this information, you should be able to know whether the market will go up or down, because every single day these news are coming, and you should be able to know whether it will make the market to go up or down. And that is why I'm here, and I'll take my time to teach you everything you need to understand about this platform and how you'll be able to know the actual news that will have the great impact on the crypto market, making it to go up or down. And I will appreciate very much if you can like this video, if you can comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video just like this one, you will be notified. So let me just take my time and explain everything to you so that you understand very well. So let's go. If you are a futures trader or a spot trader or even a forex trader, you should be able to abreast yourself with the news that impact the crypto market. There are news that happen that causes so much damage or so much impact in the crypto market, and as a trader, you should be able to know the ones that will make the market to go up or down. And if you are a trader and then you are only basing your knowledge on just technical analysis, then I am very sorry, you will not be able to progress, because there are news that affect the crypto market so much that you should be able to detect them and always trade according to them, and we call it fundamental analysis. With the fundamental analysis, you will be able to understand them and know the crypto news that affect the crypto market. There are news that happen in certain countries which I'll be talking about, and when those news comes, it makes the markets to either go up or down, and you should be able to know as a good trader. Now I have a list of those news, and then I'll be saying all of them to you. So I will suggest you take pen and paper, you write that down, and then you watch this video as more as you can watch them and understand everything very well. And today happens to be one of the very good days that I should have this time to teach you this fundamental analysis that can take your trading knowledge to another level. And then you just have to sit tight, you watch this video to the end and watch it over and over until you are able to make everything possible and understand everything very well. Now before I teach you what you should do, you should be able to join this Telegram channel over here where I share free signals over here. You can see we are winning every day, and these free signals over here, so you should be able to join this signal and add up to these subscribers over here so that you can also make some free money for yourself. Now let me just go in here. The first thing that you have to do is just go to your Google Play Store, and you just go and then you type investment.com, and then you can use even the application. All of them will work for you. So investment, let me just type that, investment.com, and this is the application over here. This one that we have over here, this is our stock market, and then there are news over here that affect the crypto market. I'll just have to update this for you. You need to download this, and then there are many complaints, many requests from people telling me to teach them fundamental analysis, and I think this is the best time for me to teach them, because there are things that you need to learn as a futures trader or as a spot trader. There are news that come into the crypto market that affect the crypto market greatly, that makes the market to go up and down. And for you to be able to know which one will make the market to go down or up, this is what I'm coming to explain to you. So I will appreciate if you can like this video, if you can comment and subscribe to see more, and if you have any troubles at all, make sure to comment down in the comment section, and I'll get back to reply you very soon. So that's it. Now that we have the application installed, I'll just click on open over here, and we just get back to this platform. Once we get in here, I'll just allow this one to load, and we wait for some time for it to load. Then we continue and we select the news that affect the crypto market. Get a pen and then a paper, you write them down, and even the countries that whenever there's news news from those places, they affect the market. It's not all the countries whose news affect the crypto market. So we have a list of them which I'll be explaining to you just right now. So here we have this platform over here, we have it, and that's how it looks like. The next thing you have to do is just click on the explore over here in the middle. So explore, and we have the trending news over here. We have economics, and then I'll just click on view all. So before I continue again, if you are somebody who do not know how to trade, there's also a full course, an hour video or an hour and more video that I have actually explained everything inside one particular video, which I'll be dropping the link inside the video description. Just go in there and you look at that video, you watch it full, and you'll be able to become a full-time crypto trader. And with all my short videos that I put on my YouTube channel, you should be able to watch them and you get yourself equipped for the crypto market, and you make cool cash online. So that's what we are all about. I am just here to help everybody who wants to become a crypto trader, and even if you want to become my student and you learn from me, I will still be very happy to accommodate you. So that's it. Now we have this one over here. You can see these are the news for today, and I've selected this one. So the next thing that you have to do, I'll come back to this, but the next thing that you have to do is just go to the top of this filter thing over here. With the filter, we are going to select the countries, and we know the ones that have great impact on the crypto market. There are a lot of countries over here, but there is still a list of them that will make the crypto market, or news from those places will make the market to either go up or down. So I'll be giving you the list, and you can also do the same thing on your mobile phone. Now when you come to this last one over here, set importance, so it should be at the high over here. This is the high. So with the high, you click on the custom over here. So you click on custom, so costume or custom, or however you want to call it. So the next one that we want to do, I will just deselect everything. So I'll just remove everything, and everything is removed now, left with only one. The first one is the US, so United States of America. So United States, and you see it's selected. Now United Kingdom again, and I'll just select those ones and go back. Now we have 3 countries already. I'll remove this Albania over here. So we have United Kingdom, we have United States, and the next thing is for us to have Canada. So Canada is right here, and the fourth one is Australia. So Australia selected. Now let me just go back from here and see if there is any other country whose news also affect the crypto market, and I continue. So I'll add Germany, and I'll go again to select if there is anyone possible, and let me just look from here. And I think that's all. So we have about 4 countries already, and let me just go back from here. So now we have these countries selected: Australia, Canada, Germany, United States, and United Kingdom. Now let me just go in here. So what that means is that there are news that come from all of those countries, and anytime there's news there, they affect the market greatly. Now how do you know the ones that affect the crypto market? There are a lot of news that come daily, and Saturdays and Sundays, they are not part of it. So they are weekends, and there are no news on those days, so there's nothing to worry about on weekends. Now let me just go in here. The first news that we have that affect the crypto markets is the jobless claim over here. Now I'll be talking about a list of them, so I think I should mention them first. So get a pen and then a paper, write them down, and I'll be taking some of them that are available over here and explain how you'll be able to know. So the first one that we have is GDP. So we have GDP over here. You can see GDP, that's gross domestic product, and when I click on that, I think that yes, that's gross domestic product. Now the second one that I have is initial jobless claim. As you can see over here, this is initial jobless claim over here. I will explain them. You can see them, I am writing them at the right side, so you can copy them. The fourth one is core price index. The fifth one is crude oil inventories, and then we have the sixth one to be FOM press conference. Now the seventh one is non-farm payrolls. With the non-farm payrolls, they are much important, and they actually affect the crypto market greatly more than any other news that come into the market. And then the last one, which is the eighth one, is the unemployment rate. With all of these news, there are other ones that I supposed to mention, but these ones are the ones that affect the crypto market greatly more than any other one. So we'll keep it up to this level. Now let me just pick some of them, just 2 or 1 of them, and I explain how it works. And it is the same thing and the same way it happens to a lot of these news that come into the system. Now that we have this news over here, this today's news, and we have it at 12:30. You can look at the time here. We have this time to be let me just check. So we have 1:13 over here, that's 1:13 p.m, and that's just around 40 minutes apart from this one. So that's 40 minutes in addition, and this is the time that the news came. Now let me just explain this one, then I show you the impact that it has caused to the market. Now when I click on this initial jobless claim, let me just click on that, and we have this one, and then they say initial jobless claims measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. So this is the earliest US economic data, but the market impact varies from week to week. Now a higher than expected reading should be taken as negative or bearish for the US dollar, and then while a lower than expected reading should be taken as positive or bullish for the US dollar. Now you can read that again, but let me just explain it to you. Now whenever there is any news, they affect the crypto market. They either make the market to go up or down, and that alone should tell you that we are trading against the US dollar. So anytime there's any news that affects the US dollar, making the US dollars to go down, it means that Bitcoin will be rising because we are trading against the US dollar. And anytime there is news that makes the US dollar to go up, which favors the US dollar to go up, it means that our Bitcoin will be running down. That means the market will be bearish. But anytime it is in favor of this Bitcoin, you see this US dollars going down. So that's how the thing works. So you should understand these things very well. Now let me just look at this one over here and show you how this thing is explained. Now in the morning, even before this 12:30 that I am talking about, in the morning, this actual price over here used to be 212. That was the previous price before we got to this news at 12:30 p.m. So for you to understand this, you need to remember that this one used to be 212 before 12 p.m. that we just saw right now. So 212,000, and it has now reduced to 207. And what did they tell us? They are telling us that a higher than expected reading should be taken as negative or bearish for the US dollar. But this one is lower. You can see it is lower than the previous price. So they are telling us that if it should have been higher, if it has actually passed the 212 that it was before, that means that the US dollar will go bearish. So if the US dollar go bearish, that means that the Bitcoin will be going bullish. So I hope you understand. And then the second line is telling us that if there's any case where it is lower than the expected reading, then it should be taken as positive or bullish for the US dollar. And I hope you understand that already. And then they are telling us that if the price after the reading or after the news, and then it is lower than this 212, it means that it will be positive for the US dollar. So dollar will be high. And what did I tell you? I told you earlier that any time the US dollar is up, it means that Bitcoin will be suffering. So, and again, this is the explanation over here. So it is now lower than the 212 that we actually saw. So 212,000, and it has reduced. So they are telling us that anytime it reduced than the previous price, it means that it is going to be bullish for the US dollar or positive for the US dollar. And anytime there is any positive news for the US dollar, it actually means the Bitcoin will be going bearish or going down. I hope you understand. So if it were actually to be more than 212, like it's going to 213, 240 and above, even 212, just understand it that way, 212,000 or above that means that it's going to be negative or bearish, making the US dollar to go down and then making Bitcoin to go up. But realize the case, this one is below the previous price. So this is the second line. The second line order is actually activated over here, and then it is now expected that it will be very bullish or positive for the US dollar, making the Bitcoin to go down. Now that we have seen it after the news that it is actually lower than the expected reading, let me just go back again. Now that we have seen that it is lower than the expected reading, it means that we are in a bullish or positive for the US dollar, making the Bitcoin to go down. So it is now good for the US dollar, and then it is negative for the Bitcoin that we are trading. Now let me just go to the market over here, then I show you what is happening in the crypto market. Now let me just go here, and then we see what is happening to US dollar. So we have the Bitcoin over here against the US dollar, and this is one of my accounts that I used to trade, and this is one of the trades that I am trading right now. This is one of my smallest accounts that I've grown from $10, and I'm using it to teach my students. So you don't have to worry about this one. You can see money here, so you can join to become my student, and I teach you how to trade. Now this is Bitcoin over here, and then you click on this tall level over this one over here, and you can see Bitcoin is going down. That is because of the news. And when you check, let me see if I can get the time over here. I'm not using my PC today. Let me see if I can get the time that this news occurred. And if you check this one, this is the time at the bottom over here. That's, let me just click on that again, and that is 12 o'clock. That's today, 25th April, 12 o'clock. So you know I am on the 4 hours time frame. So one candlestick is lasting up to 4 hours. So this one candle over here from 12 p.m. and is going to end at around 4 p.m. I hope you understand. So this is the reason why this coin went down. It is because of the news that happened, because it is actually, after the news, it is actually good for the US dollar, and then it will surely be negative for the Bitcoin that we are trading. So this is one of the best ways for you to understand how this crypto markets work. Now when you move to the second one, where this is the GDP over here, gross domestic product, we have it over here. So this one is not having any actual impact on the crypto market, so I'll leave this one. The next one that we go to, let me click tomorrow, and then we have the price index over here. Let me look at this one, and when you click on show, this one is not also going to be of any relevancy to the market, but it also does its part, so you have to learn this one too. So there are days that they will be telling you that a lower than reading is going to give you a positive for the US dollar or negative for the US dollar, so you have to keep this one too in your mind. Let me go to this week, the whole of this week, and we still have the jobless claim again. Let me go to next week, and you click on that, and let me just see if I can have any CPI or any FOM press conference. So we have one over here, and the news is not reviewed here. So with time, as the time is coming, you see this one is next week, so as the time is popping, they'll be sending the news over here, which you can read to be able to detect and know when the market will be moving. So we have the unemployment rate over here, and you see this one is telling you again, so a higher than expected reading should be taken as negative or bearish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as positive or bullish for the US dollar. So if you want me to explain this one again, that's no issue. They are just telling us that a higher than expected reading should be taken as negative or bearish for the US dollar. Now they are telling us that if the news is out by that time, that next week, and this price over here, so it is now 3.8%, and it has passed it, maybe it goes to 3.9, it means that it is going to be negative or bearish for the US dollar. Is going to affect the US dollar, making the US dollar to go down. And if it is going down, it means that Bitcoin will be going up. But in the case where it is lower than the expected reading, it should be taken as positive or bullish for the US dollar. So anytime this one falls below this 3.8 and goes to 3.7, 3.5, or any number below this 3.8 over here, it means that it's going to be positive for the US dollar. And the same way, the opposite is true. The opposite is that it's going to be very negative for the Bitcoin. It's going to be very negative for the Bitcoin, making Bitcoin to go down. That's how the news work. And you must always understand that anytime you are going to trade, you need to come to this platform over here, make your market analysis by finding the fundamental news that will affect the crypto market before you enter your market. So after verifying this one and knowing the news that we have in the week, you should be able to check them every single day when you are going to trade, and you should again use your technical analysis when you are doing your position sizing, and you use your sentimental analysis as well. And these things, they cannot contain one video, so I'll need to come back. I even have a video on that already, so you can just watch that video where I taught you guys how you'll be able to trade on your own, and I made a full 1 hour video for you to learn how to trade. So that's still very relevant for you, and then you can go there to go and watch that video, and you'll be able to thank me in the future. So that's it. If you like my video, make sure to like, you subscribe, you turn on the notifications bell so that anytime I upload again, it will come to you first. See you in my other videos. Shalom.